Hey everybody, it's Rich Tola, and thanks for tuning in to Tola Talks on Tuesday, March 10th, 2015. It's also Top 10 Tuesday, so we're talking GMOs, genetically modified organisms. It sounds a little heavy, but we'll get to that in a moment. But a couple of quick shout outs. The first, happy birthday, Mom. It's my mother's birthday today. Give a shout out to her. Have an awesome day. And a couple of rest in peace shout outs. First is to the 10 people who died while filming the French reality TV show Dropped. I don't know if you guys saw that today, but 2 helicopters collided in midair while filming in Argentina. I mean, this show, it's called Dropped. It's a survival themed show that involves dropping celebrities blindfolded into inhospitable environments, and the contestants have to, fend for themselves and make their way back to civilization. I mean, I don't know. Sounds like a recipe for a disaster to me, and a disaster did happen. I mean, where they're going with these reality shows, I mean, who knows? I guess everybody wants their 15 minutes of fame. I don't really know, but maybe it serves as a wake-up call to bring in reality back to reality. So let's give another quick rest in peace shout out. Sam Simon. You guys know Sam. He's the 9-time Emmy Award winning comedy writer and producer who helped develop The Simpsons, right? Made millions after leaving the show in 1993, and he donated his riches to charity. I mean, way to go, Sam. He died at the very young age of 59. He was a genius, humanitarian. He wrote comedy for years. He's also involved with Taxi. Remember Taxi? We talked about that in a previous show. Cheers, the Drew Carey Show. And he created the Fox series for the legendary stand-up comic, one of my inspirations, George Carlin. So to the families of all of the 10 victims who died in the crash, and Sam Simon, family, relatives, our thoughts and prayers go out to you. All right, on that note, Let's give a quick get your shit together word, because this, I mean, I don't know whether to make heads or tails of this. I don't know whether to give them the award or a reversal of fortune and say they have their shit together. Dunkin' Donuts, okay? Dunkin' Donuts dropped this. It's called titanium dioxide. Wow, it sounds it's like it's going to kill you. It's from its powdered sugar donuts after pressure from a public interest group that argued it's not safe for human consumption. Not safe for human consumption. It's used to make powdered sugar appear more bright. I guess more attractive. I mean, anyway, who's eating these donuts? I mean, you shouldn't be eating donuts, but that's a whole nother thing. But guess what it's used for? Titanium dioxide used in sunscreen and in paints. Hey, talk about not good for you. WTF. I mean, Dunkin' Donuts is calling it potentially harmful. Potentially. That's like asbestos was potentially harmful and ended up killing, whatever. We're not going to get into that, but I don't know. This is kind of crazy stuff, but the advocacy group says it causes DNA damage. So, hey, kudos to Dunkin' Donuts for dropping this thing out of their product, and they got to get their shit together in the first place for having it in there. So like I said, it's kind of confusing, but there you go. Or get your shit together word for today. And on that note, let's move over to Top 10 Tuesday. We're calling this the Top 10 Common Foods You Didn't Know Were Genetically Modified. What's a genetically modified organism? GMO. That's what they're called. Basically, it's an organism that's been modified in the lab to introduce the DNA of another organism, right? Bastardize this thing. Okay, remember Jeff Goldblum in The Fly? I mean, that was from 1986. Good film, by the way, where he kind of genetically modified himself with an ant. Anyway, that's what I think of. Here we go, counting them down. Number 1, honey. Yeah, check it out. Well, bees, they get their pollen from genetically modified plants, which passes it on. And now the scientists are trying to create a genetically modified bee. Yeah, pretty soon we're going to have the super bee. That's kind of crazy. Number 2, soy. Yeah, the U.S. soybean crop is 93% genetically modified, or a GMO. And it says, by the way, it's the second most grown crop in the United States. I didn't know that. Finds its way into all kinds of things. Chips, crackers, cookies, frozen pizza, mayonnaise. Hey, talk about not eating that stuff. Well, not to mention soy sauce and soy milk. But anyway, all these products you're going to see shouldn't be consuming anyway. Number 3, sugar. Well, you shouldn't be eating sugar. Sugar beet and sugar cane that's farmed in the U.S. are GMOs. That's right. As of 2012, 90% of all sugar beets in the U.S. are GMOs. Go figure. Number 4, cotton. Yeah, you might think, well, we're not eating cotton. Well, let's think about that. Genetically modified cotton makes up to 90% of all cotton plants in the United States, okay? 90% of all plants are genetically modified. Yeah, you got the fluffy stuff, which you make clothes out of, but what about cotton seed? Yeah, cotton seed is used to make cottonseed oil, right? And the extract is added to food, cooking oil for French fries, potatoes, pancake mixes, none of which you should be eating anyway. All right, number 5, canola oil. Everybody knows canola oil. Well, if it's fried, it's probably used with canola oil, which has been, battered in canola oil, which is a genetically modified organism as well. All right, here we go. Any of the restaurants, anything you go to, they're using canola oil. Peanut butter is made with canola oil. Frozen potatoes, salad dressing, chocolate syrup, sodas, no, mayonnaise, salsa, chips, crackers, all with canola oil. Movie theater popcorn as well, people. Number 6, potatoes. In 2014, the USDA approved a new form of a genetically modified potato. Why? Because it doesn't bruise as much, which creates profits or long-standing profits for the farmers. I mean, I guess that's a good thing, but any of these products makes it into fried potatoes or French fries. French fries are a no-no. Here we go. Number 7, papayas. Yeah, papayas, you might say, well, that's something good. Well, guess what? Genetically modified papayas have saved the papaya out of extinction. Yeah, it was going to be extinct. In the 60s, they had problems with diseases and viruses with the papaya, but anyway, they've cured that, and if you're eating a papaya from Hawaii, it's genetically modified, most likely. All right, number 8, yeast. Yeast is used to make bread and wine, correct? All right, according to the Vancouver Sun, if you drink red wine from the U.S. or Canada, there's a good chance you're drinking a genetically modified wine yeast. Well, I don't drink alcohol any longer, but think about that. Cut back on the wine, yeast, bread, we know about that. Number 9, tobacco. Smoking's a no-no, right, folks? We know smoking kills, but 90% of all tobacco grown in the U.S. is genetically modified, i.e. don't smoke. Number 10, dairy products. Check this out. We all know that cows have been genetically modified. Now they have a tailless cow. The reason for that is in 2010, the scientists, they successfully modified cows to make it safe for children to drink milk. 2.3% of infants are allergic to milk, so they did this. But cow, what are we talking about? Dairy products, butter, milk, cheese, ice cream, all that stuff. So there you go, folks. There's our top 10. We got our top 10 common foods you didn't know were genetically modified. But check it out. Most of these foods, most of the products made from these foods, you shouldn't be eating anyway. If it's grown out of the ground and it's coming out of the garden, it's good for you. All this other stuff, think about it. Try to improve your life and your diet. On that note, I'm Rich Tola, and remember, dreams do come true. But hey, what do I know?